Welcome all black everything. We back. Come in, tell a friend. Come on in, tell a friend. All black everything. Think of flight. Big dreams, many dreams. Back with that Tavistock Institute, Chapter 7, Science Fiction or the Sci-fi. Getting it in, y'all. It's almost over with. Then we're gonna have to get on to some more newness, some more just dropping information in spurts, sharing my, what I've learned. That's all. I don't know everything. Never said I did. But we just sharing information that I do. You we getting back at it. Chapter 7, Science Fiction. I do not own the rights to this music. Peace to the King, Rick James, man. Peace and love. Rising with the ancestors. And like you share, subscribe it, put your thumbs up like you're hitchhiking like we do. Here we go. Continuing on. It says, in other words, financial capitalists who launched a Carl Sagan from a college professor with bell-bottom jeans to an intergalactic superstar are the organizers of the same anti-scientific policy Sagan's series Cosmos Pedals. Sagan's services were popularized as part of a willful attempt to eradicate scientific progress, because the idea of ceaseless progress in favor of a better future is anathema to the oligarchs behind the curtain. So it's not good for those so-called higher ups. We all know how the game goes by now. It should. But the weirdness doesn't end there. Sagan was one of the founding members of something called the Planetary Society. According to their own webpage, quote, the Planetary Society, founded in 1980 by Carl Sagan, Bruce Murray, and Louis Friedman, inspires and involves the world's public in space exploration through advocacy projects and education. Today, the Planetary Society is the largest and most influential public space organization group on Earth, dedicated to exploring the solar system and keeping life beyond Earth. And seeking life beyond Earth. The Planetary Society is non-governmental and non-profit. Sounds wonderfully promising, except that from the very beginning, the board of advisors included a group of the leading spokesmen for the Aquarian conspiracy, environmentalists, and the industrial campaigns in the United States. Among them, Isaac Asimov and the Malthusian science fiction writer, Norman Cousins, editor of the Saturday Review and member of the Club of Rome, John Gardner, chief of the Environmentalist Common Cause Organization and president of Rockefeller Interface Carnegie Corporation, Shirley Huffstedler, who sat on the board of Aspen Institute, and Lewis Thomas, leading advocate of euthanasia. What's the common theme to their participation? Zero growth, zero progress, idealism of its leading members. That's the bottom line. They don't see no growth. And we on to the extraterrestrial imperative. 30 years ago, space scientist Kraft Eyrick proved that the alternative of a no growth policy would lead to a collapse in civilization. He says, quote, geopolitical power politics, wars over natural resources, waves of epidemics, death oriented population stabilization, and extreme poverty. End quote. To combat the no growth policy, Eric but the concept of extraterrestrial imperative to confront the attack on mankind from the proponent of Malthusian theories of scarcity. The central concept of Eric quote, the distinction between multiplication and growth, end quote. In 1982, in a 1982 article, Eric stated that, quote, growth, in contrast to multiplication, is the increase in knowledge and wisdom in the capacity to grow in new ways, end quote. It literally turned Club of Rome's genocidal limits to growth report on its head. Eric pointed out that the Malthusians never considered, quote, space exploration as domain of man's activity because to them, Earth is a closed system, end quote. That's because Eric himself wrote in an 1973 article on his mentor, Herman Ober, quote, the development of an idea of space travel was always the most logical and the most noble consequence of the Renaissance ideal, which again placed man in an organic and active relationship with the surrounding universe and which perceived in the synthesis of knowledge and capabilities its highest ideas. The concept of limit and impossibility were each regulated to two clearly distinct regions, namely the limit of our present state of knowledge and the impossibility of progress, running counter to the well understood laws of nature. You can't go against nature forever, man. When you go against nature, every time, bottom line, you will lose. Stop doing it. It's very apparent right now. Tavistock Institute, Chapter 7, Science Fiction. We're going to stop right there. A lot of information in these lines, man. Just dropping information in spurts. All black everything. Think it's right. Big dreams, many streams. Like you share, subscribe, thumbs up, like hitchhiking. Let's go, y'all. We getting bigger. We growing, y'all. We reaching more people. That's the bottom line. Like it and share it and subscribe it. Get this thing going. All black everything.